Have you got free expression about your ideas, or you have some rules to follow, or the brand gives you some rules to do, or you do what you want?
So I mean, I have nowadays. I mean, most people that come to me, come to me usually because I have like a style or a look. So usually it's kind of a bit of a compromise. I have my own kind of guidelines that I follow myself, my own like instinctive, process. However, there is always like some form of brief, So with obviously Mulberry, I had to feature the bags, I had to feature the dog collar, and we wanted it to be essentially focusing on a girl and a dog. So then I kind of built everything else around that. With H&M, it had to have Anna and it had to have the track, So we kind of built around that. It's like you have a few base components to work with, and then you look at something. I built everything around Anna's collection, so like I looked at every aspect of the collection was sent to us, and and then I designed the sets, and I designed all the props, I designed the headphones for her, and I designed the microphone, and integrating all of the I guess the iconography she used in the collection itself. So everything felt like it was from the same world, and it was quite. I think if you just have a few things to go with, it's easy. If you have too many restrictions, it can be quite stifling. But just a few things is good. Having no brief is also quite tricky as well. Too many options.
And what is your favorite fashion pill you did in your life or your work that you do?
So far, I'm most proud of the agenda piece that I shot for Selfridges this year with Hari Neff, the trans model who is an incredible human being and really kind of brought that piece to life for us. Also, that project itself is about that we create this incredible world for there's even more incredible human beings, and I didn't put too much emphasis on their direction at all, and I worked with my friend Catherine Ferguson on that project, and we essentially set this trap for the camera to go around this unique environment we built for them. We created this very transformative experience, and then the camera would just follow Hari, and then we gave all of our cast their places, but then we let them do their own thing, we let them kind of direct their own movement, and it was just very free, and it was a very beautiful experience because it was a one shot as well, so I would be able to sit back with Catherine, look at the monitor, and without shouting out any direction, we would just watch the whole thing unfold, like being on a ride, and just hoping that each take would be perfect, but we weren't I guess like tampering with the process at all. It was really fun. We just feedback after every shot. And then also I was very proud of the River Island Georgia Harding project, which was a big challenge for us to build such huge set pieces, and I just feel like we really reflected her collection I guess accurately, and we created a world that extended and built on her world, and I think it strengthened. I think the collection strengthened the film strengthened the collection, and therefore we brought something to each other's craft, and that was a really nice process and a great collaboration. So I'm proud of that. There's always things you want to change, but I'm proud that we kind of created something that was appropriate for her.
The British Vogue says that you are the new fashion generation. So what do you think about this statement?
I don't think too much about that, but it's obviously it's very flattering for anyone to say anything positive about you and your work. However, I tend not to. I would just. My head is very much in my work and creating good work, and as long as I'm creating work that I feel is, pushing my limits and represents, the designers I'm working with in an interesting and unique way, then I'm happy. So I hopefully I'll get to that. I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell, right?
And what do you think that is the future of fashion? You have what is your opinion about the fashion is going to evolve in the future?
Avísame con todo lo que necesites para eso.
I don't know if I could exactly tell you what the future of fashion was, but I would say that I think the future of fashion film itself, the subject, is definitely going to become. It's going to become bigger. It's a more established and credible genre of filmmaking. I believe that story is going to be a much more integral part of the fashion filmmaking process, and people realise they can't just rely on the aesthetic. There needs to be an equal part story as there is, aesthetic accompaniment, and for a fashion film to be successful in the future, we need to be creating film. That's what I see. Like, we need to be telling powerful, immersive stories and using fashion as a asset to the story itself. We bring life to the garments, we bring life to the designs, and the designs bring life to the story. And that's where I see the future of fashion film. I feel like the future of fashion is too broad a question.
Okay, and now we want to know what do you wear usually in your normal life?
What do I wear?
Yes.
Oh,
what is your style?
Very simple. I pretty much only wear black or blue Levi's, black t-shirts and white t-shirts. That's it. And I just wear black all the time.
You love black?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I do change my jeans, and sometimes I wear a white t-shirt, but I wear. My favorite brands are like Acne and stuff like that. Something that's really simple, but like nicely constructed, and nothing is too showy. Something that's very classic. I like to dress very classic. I buy multiples of things, so I always, if I find something I like, I just like make sure I just have a few of the thing I like and stick there.
Your today look, can you describe your look that you wear today?
Sports casual. I've got some old Reebok classics on, which make me feel very connected to home. I've got my old Levi's. I've got an Acne bomber and just a black t-shirt. And it's just I don't know. It's just pretty classic. I don't comfortable generally.
Okay, and to finish, can you explain to us something about your collaborating with Madrid Fashion Festival, preview or something like that you are going to do
with these guys here? So at the moment, what I'm doing in the workshop currently is I'm mentoring the filmmakers and creatives. I'm helping them over the next few days create a treatment, so a proposal of sorts for a film that they're going to make in the next between now and March, which will then come back in March to present an award to the strongest film. Now, my goal is to really help filmmakers develop their identity and put as much as their own personal kind of like voice into their film as possible, and not to be constricted by the tropes of fashion film or commercial fashion filmmaking. To really kind of use this as an opportunity to create something that is absolutely true to them and steps away from what we see as the kind of generic form of the fashion film, or